Hey guys, Llama back with another video, finally. So we are looking at some more create machines today. So as you can see behind me, we got just a few lamps, some item frames, some buttons. What could this all mean? Well, let me show you. So as you can see right here, we have this chest. Ignore all the baked potatoes, that's from the other video. As you can see, we have some different items that are commonly farmed in your Minecraft world, just super farmed normally, and you just have bulks and bulks of it. Well, normally what people do is they'll make this giant system where there's a bunch of chests everywhere and everything's everywhere, and it's not very compact, it doesn't look great. But instead, so what we got here is just a very simple bulk storage retrieval system. Say we want 2 stacks of potatoes for whatever reason we might need them. So you click the button 2 times, because each button press is going to give us a stack, and voila, we have 2 stacks of potatoes. So this is completely modular, however you want to make it. I just made this little room just for example purposes. I wanted something kind of nice to look at. And you can hit all the buttons if you want. It'll just start bringing everything in. As you can see, it does about a stack each. The machine behind it, you'll understand why it's kind of finicky just because of the way it works. So as you can see out here, this is the bulk system. I'm using these creative crates right here only for demonstration purposes. Normally you would have all this filled up. You'd have your sorting system up here along with your stockpile switches. I wouldn't add that, just turns off the farms. I'll talk more about that later in another video. But it's a very basic system. So as you can see right here, the buttons are sitting right here. The lamps are just there for aesthetic purposes. They were originally going to be switches, but I changed it. So as you can see, we have these redstone links right here. So these redstone links are what control the system to retrieve everything. So we go back here. This is where they're all sitting. They're all sitting back here, and they currently have received on all of these. So what I've done is I've just added a simple redstone repeater right here. I tried using the pulse repeater, but sadly, these guys right here just do not like them. So what I have is I have them off. These are your smart chutes. The smart chutes are off. Whenever they get turned on, they'll drop 16 at a time. And because of how long the repeater lasts for, I did 16 because it has 4 drops worth of items. You can raise this up if you want to, such as if you want 2 stacks, you can raise it up to 32, or if you want to just leave it on 64, you'll get 4 stacks. It's up to you. Along with, we have all these conveyors right here. So we have the main system right here, which is all controlled by this one conveyor. That brings it through all these, because as you connect conveyor belts, they all will connect to each other as long as this rod's right next to each other. So they all drive themselves, along with a single chain drive gearbox right here that controls this belt, along with a chain drive and a gearbox right here that controls this belt. It's a very simple system. Then we have an andesite funnel right here that brings it into that chest, and a crate motor. I just used a crate motor. You do need to make sure what speed you're running at. The speed that you run at will determine also how much this sends out. So if we slow the system down to 32 and we go ahead and try to grab these potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and take the potatoes out of here. If we go ahead and select potatoes, we'll see that most likely it's not going to be 64 that come in. As you can see, we got 48. So that's based off the conveyor belt speed. So what you need to do is you need a certain conveyor belt speed along with a certain amount coming out of these at a time, whether it's a stack, half a stack, a quarter of a stack. It just depends on how fast your conveyor belts are running. I personally like 96 with a 16 because it gives a stack at a time, just about. Sometimes there's a little bit of a glitch and it'll send out 16, but it's not really that big of an issue. There's not too much more to this. The smart chutes, I forgot that you can actually turn them off with redstone signal. Papa Turt showed me this. I really appreciate that he did, because I was going with this really complex system over here, as you can see, which is going to move a minecart over. It sends the minecart in, grabs the bottom chest, then brings it up to the top and everything, and it's very convoluted. I'm eventually going to work with this just because I want to see how it would, because this is just a curiosity sakes, because I think a train station like this would be really cool. I just need to do some more math behind it and some more calculations. But honestly, this one should work pretty well pretty soon. But this is a very good beginner's method. It's very simple. I just have a absolute crap ton of chests. So this is what, 6 double chests per. You don't need to do that. You can do 1 if you really wanted to. It's up to you. I did this just because people really like their bulk storage. I don't blame them. It's this modular, so you can keep raising this up if you want. You can actually lower this down as well. If you wanted to, you could easily put down below a fan with a chute that goes up, and you can actually lower this deep into the ground and bring this up to any place you wanted to. As long as you just have the chest right here, you can have it shoot up in there. So that's a very, very good method to use for this as well, because you can just have it, this system, but just deep underground. That way it's out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. The links will still work because as long as they're in 128 block radius, they'll be fine. But there's really not too much more to say about this. This is completely modular. All you have to do is just add more switches, add more buttons, then just item frames and such. That part's really, really easy. On this side, all you got to do is just, if you want more items for some reason, as you can see, these connect. That's just the crates doing their own thing. All you got to do is just add more to the side. Just add more and more, just more chutes. Make these longer. It's a very simple system to just expand, because we can just do this and boom, you basically have the entire system expanded already. So we'll add that right there along with this, and there you go. So that's the system expanded. Very, very modular, very, very easy to use. Be warned about this though. That's my bad. I should have thought about that in the first place, but everything's really easily expandable. And I would just put a conveyor up here as well. Just have it go over this, sort them out. That's really about there is to it. Do make sure, though, that all of your redstone links are properly set up. So what I've done here is I've done the smart chute, because since they go to the smart chute in this design, I have a smart chute, then whatever item it is. This way you can kind of keep it better organized, because there's just... That's one of the big things I found with these redstone links. If you're not careful, you'll really start screwing up everything. So be careful how you set up your redstone links. But that's all there is to it. This is a very, very basic bulk storage retrieval system. It was a fun little project. I got some more stuff I'm going to do. Like I said again, thank you, Papa Turts, for the help. It really does mean a lot. I was going very convoluted, and he helped me see a much easier and much more beginner-friendly way. And that's really all there is to it. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But guys, I really do hope you enjoyed the video. This is the last video of this kind of, everything's already pre-made. I'll be taking you guys on the adventure of whatever I make next. I have a few different projects, along with there's going to be more Lost Era and more mod packs. But guys, I do hope you liked the video. It means a ton to me. And then if you want to go and hit that sub button, that keeps you up to date with new videos and such that come out. Along with, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. 5:30 CST. So if you want to come hang out there, that is when I stream. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!